Hey there, it's Christina, and this video is all about non-dairy deliciousness. And I wanted to share with you one of my favorite vegan brands, and that is So Delicious. And they have many products that you can find in Whole Foods Market. And one of my favorites is right here on my counter, is vanilla yogurt, and it's made with coconut milk right here. And it is organic, and it is absolutely delicious. I mean, that's the name, but I don't know what else to say. It's just so yummy. And my favorite way to have it, I mean, you can eat it right out of the carton. It is that good. But I like to, add more fruit and nutrients. So what I do is I make like a parfait, and I slice strawberries and yogurt and then some hemp seed. And you can also use fresh peaches or blueberries. What else have I used? That's the things that I've tried so far. So sliced peaches, sliced strawberries, and the vanilla yogurt layered, and then hemp seeds too. And it is so good, and so good for you, and it's cruelty free. And I got a coupon here from Whole Foods, $1 off any 3 products, and it expires July 31st, and I'll surely use it before then. And they have coconut milk, as you can see here. Let me zoom in a little bit. They have coconut milk, and they have a lot of vegan ice creams. And they have a green tea ice cream, they have a vanilla ice cream, a coconut ice cream, a cookie dough ice cream, and I haven't tried these yet, but look on the far left here, they've got like ice cream sandwich. Well, it's not an ice cream sandwich, it's on a stick, so it's like dipped in it's like vanilla ice cream dipped in chocolate, and it might even have some Rice Krispies on it or something like that. I'm not sure. It's hard to see from here. But if you haven't heard about this brand, I wanted to be the first to let you know about it. If you're transitioning, trying to give up dairy, which would be a really good thing to do for your health, for the animals. I could go on and on, all the reasons why dairy is not good for us. It's just, our bodies aren't meant to digest lactose, which is the sugar in dairy. And we don't have the enzyme lactase, so nobody's really lactose intolerant. It is our normal condition, so there's nothing wrong with you if you're having gastrointestinal discomfort when you have dairy. You're really not supposed to be drinking or eating the milk from another species, which is a whole nother topic about how cruel it is to confine cows. I mean, and really, it's just, I don't know if you've watched the factory farming videos to see what really goes on, but in order for milk to be made and all of the different derivatives, all the different dairy products, like cheese and ice cream and everything else that is made with milk, a female cow has to stay perpetually pregnant her entire life. And what does that mean? That means that she gets raped repeatedly and roughly, inseminated over and over and over again, so she stays perpetually pregnant and lactating her entire lifespan. She's hyper confined, she never sees the light of day. We have no need for milk. There's no nutrients in it that we can't get other places. This whole thing is an economic profit motive kind of an idea, probably, I'm pretty certain, by a man many years ago, with all the marketing messages reinforcing it, your family, your peers, media, everything, and Starbucks, just everything. It's in our culture, so embedded that it's and it's not good. I mean, the female cow is really exploited for her female reproductive physiology, and I think that's wrong. I know that's wrong. and that's why I won't contribute to the cruelty. I won't direct my money in this world towards something that's going to prosper people that are doing that kind of evil thing to an animal. And every time she has babies, and she's perpetually pregnant, so she has like a lot of young babies. Through her lifespan, and every time she gets pregnant and has a newborn baby, it is taken from her so that the milk can be bottled and sold to us for a profit. So the calf is taken away. Both the calf and the mother cry out for like weeks. Like, if you heard the noise that they make, you would just be heartbroken. I mean, are there any women watching this? Any mothers? I mean, do you remember when you gave birth and you had your baby? How would you like if somebody took that baby away from you? Nonetheless, murdered it after 16 weeks? If it's a male calf, it doesn't fit into the system. So it's chained up, so it never gets see the light of day. It never gets exercise. Because they want it to be young and tender, it's meat, and then they slaughter it at 16 weeks young. That's genocide, so that they can make veal. And they have these names like veal and steak and filet mignon and hamburger and pork and ham and sausage. These are commercial names for food. It really distances you from the animal. I mean, call it what it is. It's a calf. It's cow milk, and it's not intended for us. The baby calf is the only rightful recipient, and it doesn't get any of it. And that's just sad. I mean, we don't hold newborn life sacred. I didn't plan on going off on this tangent, but nonetheless, I'm going to leave it in the video because it's so important, because I know some people just are unaware, because I was unaware. Like a few years ago, I just never knew this until there was the internet. Well, we've had the internet, but with the popularity of social media and people sharing what's most meaningful to them and their lifestyle and their diet and their meals and their activism, I mean, it's much more visible, and thank goodness, because a lot of us don't know. I mean, none of us have ever visited a factory farm. And none of us is probably even aware that there are farm sanctuaries to protect these animals. Nobody's ever visited a farm sanctuary. So, when you know better, you do better. At least, that's what I've done since 2011, when I really found out, and I was shocked. And I just felt so bad for not knowing all this time. If you think of it from a business perspective, which few of us do because we're not thinking that way, they buy a cow once. I have no idea how much a cow is. But you buy her once, and then you turn her into a machine for profit, and she's recurring revenue for you for, I guess, the next 5 or 6 years. So it's probably a very profitable proposition, but you've just mechanized an animal that has a life and a life experience, feelings, a spirit, a personality, and it's just reduced to producing milk. It's hyper confined. It's given growth hormones so that it produces more milk than natural. I mean, its udders are like dragging on the floor. It's given antibiotics because it lives in filth and disease. I mean, is that a way to treat an animal? And, if it's a female calf, she goes right into the same life of servitude. I just think it is so wrong. I mean, they even have these, when they inseminate the cows, they have these things and they refer to them as rape racks. They are raped. They're not just out in the fields happily, mating with one another in some, joyful, natural way of conceiving a calf. They're led into rape racks. and they're injected with semen. And that's just so wrong, over and over and over again, just to be pregnant so that she can be lactating to sell milk to human beings and make all these different dairy products. And we just take her babies away, and either they're destined for the same life of servitude if it's a female, and if it's a male, it's, slaughtered at 16 weeks young and turned into veal, which everybody brags about is so tender meat and all that. And it's just, if you see the pictures, if you see the faces, if you hear the sounds, it is just heartbreaking. And the thing is, it's not good for our health either. It just really isn't. Saturated fat and cholesterol and the lactose and the antibiotics and the growth hormones, all of these things are very foreign to the human body and very hard on the digestive system. So try to find non-dairy products, and thank goodness there are companies like this who are committed to creating a whole line of delicious, very healthy alternatives for us. So if you're transitioning, if these things bother you, if uncomfortable emotions surface, well, that's okay, because that means you have a heart. And investigate it, do your research, watch as much as you can, watch Earthlings, Forks Over Knives, Vegucated, those are a lot of good documentaries, Food Inc., and then decide what you want to do, and for your health, for the animals, and also it's really economic. Who do you want to prosper in this world? Who do you want to reward? Where do you want to direct your money? I am a very conscious, compassionate consumer, and I want to reward and prosper companies that are trying to do the right thing, that have values that are aligned with mine, that have the same congruity with how I feel and how I want to live my life. I don't want to give somebody money who's terrorizing animals. I would be financing terrorism. I would be paying them to kill and to murder and to mutilate animal body parts and to rape and genocide. No, I'm not going to be a part of that at all. So like I said, this is not where I wanted to go with this video. It just came to my mind and it all sort of came out. But I'm going to leave it in because I really trust that someone will come across this and it'll make a difference for them. Their health, the animals, they have no voice. They're victims. And too many people turn away. And I'm not going to turn away, and I'm not going to be quiet, because that's abuse. There's so many injustices that I just described that I just can't, I'm not at peace with. So I made a decision to be vegan in 2011. And by the way, I'm 46 years old, and all of my life I've been about 95% vegetarian, so it wasn't too hard for me to go the rest of the way. And I wish I would have done it sooner. And I've been just totally at peace with my decision and happy and healthy. I work out 6 times a week. I prepare my meals. I read labels. I go to the supermarket, primarily Whole Foods. And it's just been with a spirit of adventure and discovery, looking for things that I can eat that still taste good, and things that I can prepare. And I love, love, love the farmers markets. I'm making this video in May of 2014, so I'm going to be going to the farmers markets. They're opening next weekend, so fresh fruits and vegetables, lots of color, so nutrient dense, organic, locally grown, raw, vegan, It's a wonderful lifestyle.